From Sean's Auto Repairs in Ramsgate. We're back in this 04 plate VW Touran, the one we've done the airbag light on I think it's about nearly 2 weeks ago now. It's back in for this EGR valve. So what we'd first of all do is we'll take some codes, and then I'll show you some bi-directional bits and pieces, and then we'll get on with replacing it. Alright, we're back with the GT80 Plus again. Let's see if we can get some OBD codes. We should just have one in there for EGR valve, low flow or insufficient flow. When it wakes itself up. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, here we go. Codes found 1. Okay. Alright, read codes. Stored codes. EGR recirculation flow insufficient detected. Alright. What I'll do is I'll take you to the front now and I'll show you some bi-directional controls and show you what this EGR valve is doing or not doing. Right, now we've got it hooked up to bi-directional control. I'm going to activate this. I've got the new one plugged into the vacuum line so we can see it operating. We're just going to execute this command to activate it. Open now and close. So it closes, I don't know if you can see that, 94%. Right, 94%, the valve is closed. 4%, the valve is open. Communication. Right, 94% closed, 4% open, 94% closed, 4% open, and 94% closed again. So I think we can safely say that the control is there. I know for a fact, hang on a minute, let me just turn this off. Right, that's better. Let's just unplug this new one for a minute. Right, I know for a fact that when you apply vacuum to this one that's on the vehicle already, it doesn't hold vacuum. So no matter how much vacuum the control unit puts onto it, this valve is never going to open. So that's what we've got to change. Right, so we've started disassembling. What I've done so far is I've taken off the intake pipe that runs over there. I've taken that off. Now what we've done, we've loosened the mounting points on here. We've disconnected this hose off the air filter off here. We've undone that mounting now, and we've undone that mounting down there. So this intake pipe is now free. We've taken the 3 Allen key bolts out of the air flap control, taken the air flap off, and we've also taken the 2 7mm Allen key bolts out from the EGR pipe, which is located under here, which goes down to the exhaust. So now all we have to do is to unplug the vacuum hose, and we've got 1, 2, 3 more Allen keys, I believe, and then the EGR valve comes off. Right, so that's all the bolts out. There wasn't actually 3 bolts, there was only 2, because the long bolt from the top of the air spindle goes right through to the EGR valve. So you just have one bolt here and one bolt down the back, which is a bit fiddly to get to, and then this just unslots here. Now, as you can see, let's get some light here. That is absolutely gummed up. As I say, the problem was with this vacuum unit. You put vacuum to the nozzle there, and it doesn't do anything at all. It holds no vacuum whatsoever. So you could apply vacuum all day long, and that spindle would not move. So I'm going to clean that up, and then it's a case of reassembly. Right, we've had a good clean up. Give it a good dose of brake cleaner. I've had a bit of a scrape round on the inside of that intake pipe. Wasn't too bad in there, a bit oily, a bit grubby. The same down in the EGR tube down there. A bit of a clean around there. So now we've got the new EGR valve. I've stuck the gasket on there just to hold it in place while I fiddle about putting this back together. Alright, let's reassemble. Okay, right, we've got the EGR valve all back on. It's a bit tricky getting the two bolts underneath, the two Allen keys that hold the EGR pipe on are a bit fiddly, and you have to be careful you don't drop them on the floor. So first of all, you need to put the bottom of the three 6mm Allen keys in the bottom lug before you can put the two EGR valve pipe bolts in, because the one at the bottom gets in the way. So that was put in loosely. These two were fitted in next. They were no, sorry, this one here, because this one is the long bolt that goes through. Those two were snugged up, and then I've snugged up the two EGR pipe ones after a nice clean. I've cleaned all the throttle air control flap unit off, put a nice new O-ring in that, and then that just bolts onto the front of here with three 6mm Allen keys. I've reattached the mounting down there to secure this intake pipe and that mounting there, and I've also fitted the airflow mass meter back onto the airbox. So this bit is next. Right, that's all snugged down on there. Everything's snugged down to factory specs, as they say. So that was the short bolt in there. There's a short bolt underneath, and then there's a long bolt that goes round through the top, through both units. The clip's back in place on that one. The clip's back in place on the air intake pipe that end. So now we've got to slot this back in and clip that back in. Alright, another step done. As I say, with that clip there and that clip there, you just line them all up and you just clip them back in. They just snap into place. Make sure the rings are in the right grooves, in the right place. Put these pipes back in their little rubber grommets, and then that's that. We're all done and dusted. We'll put the engine cover back in, then we go and clear some codes. Right, we're back inside again. We're just giving it like a code scan, all the systems. There are other faults in here that we're not too worried about. I know that the fault in the ABS system is an intermittent fault on the brake light switch, which I can't seem to find at the moment. So we're not going to worry about that too much. That's an old code. There are some others in the, I think in the radio, we'll see in a minute. There's one in the number 9 auxiliary heating. We'll have a look at that. But I think they're all minor things, not enough to put the light on at all, just little like little notes that they put in there. Right, we'll be back when we've done the full scan. Okay, right, the scan's all done now. If we go from the bottom of the list, let's go into auxiliary heating. That's got 5 faults. Who knows what could be in there, I'm sure. Right, let's have a look. Control module sporadic defective, heater unit locked, fuel gauge sporadic, under voltage shut off, temperature sensor. Nothing there we've got to worry about, I don't think. Right, let's go up to the next one. Is there's two in the radio. Oh, it's 4. Open circuit or sporadic open circuit on the speakers, rear left, rear right, rear. So that's probably just a dodgy wire expecting the door shut. We won't worry about that one. Central electrics. Let's see what's in central electrics. There's 2 faults in central electrics. Terminal 58D, interior dimming sporadic electrical fault circuit and brake light switch. Again, that's the same fault code that's in the ABS system, so we won't worry about that. We've done that one. So the engine faults. I think these are. I think we looked at these before, didn't we? It's got some glow plug faults. Cylinder 1, cylinder 3 and cylinder 4. So I might look into those. It doesn't seem to affect the starting at all. It seems to start okay. So then we got your brake light switch and the EGR flow. So we go out of there, we go back out, we'll do a quick erase, and that will erase all the codes, hopefully. Are you sure you wish to erase? Yes. And it goes through. It's got some hard faults in the auxiliary heating. Some hard faults in the radio, so we've obviously got one radio, well, some speakers that don't work, but the engine one's cleared, so that's all we've got to worry about for now. So let's get out of there. I wish to quit. Yes. Right, systems. Yes. Right, let's get rid of that. We'll put that to one side. Right, we'll turn that off. Leave it for 5 seconds. Right, and let's fire it up. So we've got all your lights on now. The airbag light that we had on last time never came back, so obviously that was just an intermittent fault. As I say before, I think it's where someone put their foot under the seat and kicked the wire. So the only lights now we've got on there is the handbrake light, which should go out. We've got the handbrake down and the seatbelt light. Alright, time for a road test. Catch you later. Right, I've been out on a road test and it's all good. It all goes really well. I've done a few drive cycles and the light didn't come on, so it's all good to go. So he's taking it away. So that's all from me. What I'll do is I'll do a separate little video and I'll dissect that EGR valve and put that on sometime later, because these take long enough to upload as they are. So I'll do that and we'll catch you again.